Another edition of Marketing Unleashed. I am Jeff Sieh, and I'm joined here with my awesome pal, super smart Pinterest guru, Elisa Meredith.
Man.
We are so happy you guys are here. Are you, listen to this. Views of organic video pins, they're up 240% year on year. So maybe you're wondering, hey, can I actually create a video pin that works? How can I do that? How can I use video pins to increase my website traffic? And what kind of cool conversion boosting effects can I create in a snap? Well, today we're going to talk about that. Elisa's going to tell you all. No, I'm going to help with this one. And hopefully show you some cool tools and tricks that I've used for some video pins on today's show. We would love for you guys to make sure that we want to be this as interactive as possible. So make sure you drop any of the comments or even some video pins that you have created that you would like us to look at. We're going to do some reviews of some people who brought them in before. So make sure you drop that down below, and don't forget to check out our toolkit. I'm going to even try to animate some of these later on in the show for you today with using a cool little plugin. So make sure you go to TW Pinterest Toolkit. That's TW Pinterest Toolkit, all lowercase, all smashed together. It's a bit.ly. It's a bit.ly, yeah. bit.ly/TW Pinterest Toolkit, and we will. We'd love for you guys to check it out because there's new ones coming out all the time. When are the new ones coming, Elisa? I know I ask this all the time.
When are they? And then I have Guilty Look next week. Okay.
Next week.
Let's put it on the record. I got to have it done next week.
Okay, you have to have it next week. So you guys
I've been busy
working
on this webinar that I think you're going to really love about how to make nearly infinite varieties of pins with just one image. So I know that's a challenge for people. So I thought, all right, I'm going to challenge myself. How many truly unique pins can I make with one image? So I haven't set a limit. I'm just going to keep going until I can't anymore.
That's really cool. Okay, so I know you have some announcements, so I'm going to be over here clicking some buttons while you make this announcement. You wanted to follow up. There's some stuff that, you wanted to just kind of clarify. So why don't you go ahead and talk about that right now?
Yeah, so some of Tailwind members got an email response from Pinterest that was a little bit confusing to a lot of people. But we do have, we worked with Pinterest on this to try to kind of explain what the intent was. And really what it comes down to is that, as we've been talking about for a while now, Pinterest is encouraging us to publish new original content and prioritize that over saving content that's already on the platform. Like that's not new.
Right.
What is new is that you're actually starting to really see the effects of that. So if you're just publishing content that's been on Pinterest before, whether it's yours or somebody else's, you're gonna see your traffic decrease. So they're prioritizing original content. But this is true whether you publish content through Pinterest directly or through any third-party scheduling tool, Tailwind, or any other one. So just to try to clear up some of the confusion that was going around about that. So hopefully that helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was, that was one of the things. I want to make sure you had time to do that. But I want to do some shout outs from people. I want to say hi from Hollywood over in the Manchester, United Kingdom. Babette says hi, Elisa and Jeff. And Annie says hello as well. So very, very cool to see all you guys in the show interacting with us. I think that's pretty awesome. Samantha is there as well, too. So, Elisa, one of the questions, and I want to pull this up because you would know this, and this is from our longtime viewer, Katrona. See, I said that right? Right? Didn't I say it?
Let's just go with Trona.
Trona. Okay, is that going to make it easier?
That's our nickname now. We're friends.
Yeah, so she asked this question. She asked, is a GIF seen as a video by Pinterest? That's a good question.
It is a good question. And I'm going to say no. And
why is that?
Because a GIF will never autoplay, right?
They could have changed it the last time I checked, but you're probably right.
Yeah, they don't autoplay. A video will autoplay, but not all the time. Like it depends on how many other videos are in the screen at the same time. But if you look at the creative specs for video, the file types are MP4, MOV, or M4V, not GIF. So I would
you're
say
right.
they're not.
You're right. They won't show up. You're very correct.
Okay.
So yes, they.
Hey,
I changed I changed my mind. So yes, that you are correct, because I was
Okay.
thinking about when they would show up in the video tab and all that stuff. So, and there is no video tab, at least for me, as of
I
checking out today.
haven't seen it in a while. I
So,
kind of missed it.
if anybody's wondering where that went, I don't know. Ask Pinterest. So we're going to jump right into what, what is a video pin? First of all, we're going to go like right into what Pinterest, says it is. And I want to go ahead and let me get this all pulled up. We've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. So, and I'm trying to, there's a lot of screenshots. There's going to be a lot of,
I know,
hopefully,
you are juggling. So I've got a few things I can throw in.
I've got a little bit of things going on. So I'm going to go right to this right here, this little screen. And this is a great article that Elisa, brought to my attention, all about, how to use Pinterest to master inspirational video. This is a great little article to check out. One of the things that I wanted to point out, because Elisa talked about before the pre-show that she's doing a lot of watercoloring and not watercoloring, pouring. Is that what you call it?
Acrylic pouring, yeah.
Pouring. So, but they gave some great examples here. One of the things they said is to opt for evergreen, and I think that's really cool because videos do really, really well. We said at the top of the show it was like, what, 240% year over year now? It's going bazonkers. That's an official Pinterest term.
A new word.
Bazonkers. But they say to try to make them evergreen. And this one here, I want to pull up this little pin here. This one got millions of views, this pin. And it's one of those kind of, it's kind of Instagram-y. It's a time lapse of somebody painting. But it is pretty amazing. So I wonder why it's not playing right now. I probably got too many things going. There it goes. So this one got millions of views. And so it is one of those kind of evergreen-like posts. But if you are in like an art space or even a crafting space, I think doing these sped up like stop motion, I mean not stop motion, but time-lapse type of videos is really key. And we have some people who sent in some educational pins. And I would even think about doing stuff like this for like even when you are, creating crafts or something for the room. Teachers Pay Teachers, I think, could do video pins like this really, really easy. And these are pretty easy because you could actually shoot these on your iPhone and you can speed them up and slow them down now. And you don't even have to use, we're going to go over a lot of apps today, but you don't even have to use those. You could just post this right here. I would like to see this one, even though it has millions of views, to have some branding on it. And a lot of these tools allow you to put like a watermark or whatever on there. But anyway, these right here, they've gone over and over again saying how popular these are. So
that's crazy. I don't know how they make those lines so straight, but so I've been making some on time lapse with my iPhone for my pouring. It takes about an hour of footage and boils it down to 22 seconds, something crazy like that. And then I go into TikTok and I add effects and music and everything, and then you can save it to your phone and you can use it as a pin.
See, I didn't know you were on TikTok. I need to go over there and watch you now because. And here's another example. This one also got thousands and thousands and thousands of views, cool. And it's another one of those sped up, really cool videos. But so. We're going to be I'm going to be throwing a lot of stuff at you guys today. So I don't want you to freak out and think about how I can do this, what's going on, all this kind of stuff. I want you to be inspired and use these to like, oh, I could maybe do that, or I could use this app in a new way that I haven't thought of before. So,
so Jeff, like this is art, right? So that's cool. But the other industries that Pinterest said we're doing really well with video right now is food and beverage,
right?
Of course, beauty, DIY, entertainment, and home decor. So if you're in any of those industries, like get on it. Not that you can't in other industries too, but those are the ones where they're seeing a huge increase.
And you said DIY as well, right?
Yep, I think that's where art.
So would you consider DIY as just do those recipe videos fall in DIY, or those food and beverage? I mean, where would those? Because to me, a lot of those. What?
I don't know. Maybe both.
Because I mean, I see a lot of those like how-to recipes do really well on Pinterest too. So I was just wondering because you're supposed to know all the things. So anyway, So some quick questions here. Let me go ahead and pull some of these up. So so this is a great question from Alex. He goes, why do some videos animations play automatically and some don't? That's a great question.
That's a really good question. So I want to counter that with another question. So if you opened up Pinterest on your phone and you saw 8 video pins all moving at once, what would you do?
I would freak out.
Yeah, right? It's overload. It's too much.
Right.
So you tend to only see one on your screen at a time. How they decide which one to start running and as opposed to another one, don't really know. That's, you know, their magical algorithm. But yeah, it would just be too much to have more than one.
Yeah. So I'm really worried that this isn't going to work. So I'm going to jump right into
get it over with.
Some of these apps. So because of what we said, and that way, if this dies in the middle, I've had some issues right now. So I'm going to go actually to my phone here, and let me pull this up because I want to choose.
I'm really excited about that because I feel like people want to do video on Pinterest, but it's intimidating, right? We all can make it. Well, most people can make a pin, no problem, like an image pin. But this is a little like I'm not that technical.
Yeah, so I'm going to go. Yeah, so these are going to be some easy ways that I actually use. And so one of the things I always do is I always start with a template. I love templates, but I modify them enough. Just like we create those great segue here to Pinterest Toolkit. You can go there at bit.ly/TW Pinterest Toolkit and check out some of those. But I always start with templates. You said
we too.
What'd you say?
I said I love how you said we made those.
Well, you know, I'm sorry. I say Tailwind as a whole when I say that. So
I know.
So we'll jump right to my my screen, so you guys can see my phone screen. I'm not going to show you all of it, but I made actually a folder so I wouldn't have to swipe through my thousands of screens because I'm an app hoarder, I guess. So here's a video pin thing. So
on my fitness pal. Yep. Okay.
What'd you say?
I said everyone follow Jeff on my fitness pal.
Oh, thanks a lot. So 3 of these apps that I'm going to show you are from one of my favorite companies in the whole wide world. It's Light Tricks. They're an Israeli company, and I got to meet them at Social Media Marketing World. But they have what I consider some of the best and high. If you've ever used Facetune, they're the first ones who came out with that, so they know what they're doing. But one of them, you know, a lot of people want to just have some motion. They don't want to have, you know, maybe a story, but they have it like a great shot or something like that, and they just need some motion on their pins because they want to stand out in the feed. And so one of my favorite apps for creating motion is called Pixaloop, and it's a real. If you ever see those cinemagraphs like we talked about, so here's give me a little ad, but here's just a plain little thing that I made in, I believe it was. I think it was Ripple or it was Adobe Spark or whatever, but I wanted to add some motion to it. It was a quote that I was using on.
Static image?
This was a static image, yeah. So I uploaded it to Cinemagraph, and I just did an overlay. I mean, not a Pixaloop. I'm sorry, which makes a Cinemagraph. And this is what it looks like. If you can kind of see now the smoke kind of rolling in, and so they have these overlays that you can add to it. So it's really subtle. It may be hard to see on your screen. But I will add, so I'll just do a different one to do some different ones here. But here it is, overlay.
So your image, your original image didn't have any smoke. It was just
it was just by itself, yeah. And so you can make it, you can add. So like here we'll do some just a total different one here. Let me see.
Which app was this again, Jeff?
This is called. There it is. So I'm just doing a random. It's not showing up anymore, is it? Dang it. It's not moving. Just a second.
Okay. Whoa. Crazy.
There we go. Let me see. Why isn't it moving on the screen? Well, this may be a shorter show than I thought. Stop mirroring. Let me start mirroring again. Let me see if this will work. Let's see here. go to this again. You guys aren't seeing that, are you?
All we can see is like an infinite window of
All right.
windows.
Let me try it again.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
So we have a bunch of video pins that people send in to us to review, but if you have some more, please go ahead and add them. We'd love to
drop them in there.
review
Sorry about this, folks. I wanted to really show off this. Let me go here and see if I can turn it.
So while you're doing that,
Let me go back to your screen while we figure this out.
Okay, sure. Some of the recommendations from Pinterest are to try to keep the videos between 45 seconds and 3 minutes long. For ads, it's a lot shorter, even like I think 6 to 15 seconds. You'll be able to see what kind of video views you're getting. And they recommend to a balance of entertainment and information. And of course, you always want to record in vertical mode if you can. If you can't, square is okay, but horizontal is really gonna not appear real well in the feed. But there's also a really great presentation that Pinterest put out about some cool effects. I'm going to drop it in.
Yeah, and I want to go over those. I'm sorry that this is now it's locked up, and I don't want to kill our feed. Let me try something real quick. Sorry, folks. Elisa, talk amongst yourselves.
I'm talking. Okay, so don't bother with sound unless you already have it on your video, and then don't worry about taking it off. But almost no one's going to turn their sound on. So, and Holly asks, are videos mainly good for impressions, or are you finding they're strong for click-throughs too? I think that varies a lot. So if anybody here has done video pins and getting a lot of click-throughs, please maybe even share your examples if you don't mind, of what kind of pins get a click-through. But it's going to be very similar to an image pin that gets a click-through, right? So if we think about an infographic where you give away everything a person would need to say, do this workout, you're going to get a lot of saves, but you're not going to get clicks. So what you got to do is draw them in. So we had a question earlier, and I think it was Dama who loves seeing at our Pinterest get-togethers, asking, well, what about if you don't have a physical product, or if it's not a DIY crafty recipe thing, what should you do? So again, people are looking for education and inspiration. That doesn't change just because it's a video pin. So if you can share more of that, like if you have a course, can you give one really cool, valuable tip through your video? And then at the end, you can add text effects that will say something like, want more? Check out this blog post, or like get the other 4 tips here. Leave them to a blog post, which then leads to your email list, and then they become your favorite customer. Yeah, so let's see. Bobette said that her sped up DIY videos are doing really well. That is good to hear.
All right, well, I can't figure this out, so we're gonna just go to the web-based one. So I do want to. So what we'll do is we'll do some reviews, and then what I'll do for you guys is we'll do another one where it'll just be mobile apps once we get this goofy screen share figured out, because I don't know why it crashed on us, and I don't want to kill everything that we've done. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this right here, and one of the things I do want to talk through is what makes a good video pin. So a couple of this stuff is really cool from Pinterest. So the only issue that I have with this is a lot of them are you can only do if you have like a Premiere video editing system, like if you're doing on Premiere or you're doing Final Cut, because some of it is believe me, I tried to create these for you guys to make in Canva, but you just can't do it. So if you guys are interested in, if you guys do use Premiere or some other of the higher end tools and you would like those templates, let us know in the comments and I will try to put those together. I didn't want to do them unless people really wanted them and there's enough use for them. But so here are the couple of things that you can do to stand out in the feed. And there's some things we can take away from this. They did a lot of breakthrough video techniques is one of the ways that they're kind of explaining on how to stand out in the feed, and we'll do some of these. This layered surface one, I think you can do, because you can find clips, especially like in Getty Images and some other places, and the one I'm going to show you guys, a desktop-based one called Promo, has some of these like breakout ones. There's a really funny cat one where it's breaking out through the thing like this baby is. So those kind of things, those stick out in the feed. Those look really, really cool. The layered surface, some of this stuff is really, really a little bit too technical, but this layered space, this negative space one, if you have a logo or if you have something that you can zoom in on and then zoom out, and I want to show you this example because I think this is really, really cool. They do have all of these pin examples on a board in Pinterest, and this is the negative space one. I just thought it was fascinating, and you guys could do this with a logo or with a, let's see here, with any type of like something you could zoom in on that makes sense. So here we go. It's loading. So much going on. Here we go. And there we go. Here it is. Come on, Pinterest. Look at that. See, I just think that is so cool. That it's, you know, it has a lollipop down pineapple. Cool. So if you think of a logo like FedEx or somebody like that, where if you know the FedEx one has that arrow in it, you know, it has like kind of an inside of the logo. If they could zoom in on that and zoom out, that would be something you could do. I just think that something like this is really, really powerful. And if you have something with that negative space that you could use for a design, I would look at something like that, because it's just, I just think that would stand out so much in the feed. I would have it move a little faster because remember, people are scrolling. I would just have it, you know, just kind of get up and go a little bit more. So let's see, another example they were talking about. This was another one I think you could do, and I've seen this used really, really effectively. It's called the border break. What you need to do is you have your pin the regular size, but you bring down the actual video a little bit shorter, and then you have little elements break out of the border. And what it does, it gives this like 3D effect. What are you laughing at?
No, how do you do that?
So let me give you an example here. Let's see. Come on. I think all the people in the world. Here's one right here. I like this one. So, and this is a square one here. But see how this hand at the top is breaking the plane of where the green background is? And that gives an illusion of 3D-ness. And you think about seeing that inside the feed, then it actually... Oh, we even got music for this one. So watch what happens. See, it's really subtle, but it's popping through. And
I guess what I'm asking is like, how? How do I make that? I know, but I don't get it.
What do you mean you don't get it?
How do you make it?
Okay, so what you have to do is make it. See how you have your regular size pin, and you have this broken down, and then when you're doing your video, and this is one of those things you have to do the video, you would erase like it's on. What they've done is they filmed it in front of a green screen, or they've knocked out the hand, so it can pop through there. And I would have showed you in these apps. There's some of these apps that will let you that kind of replicate that effect, and it's you can easily do that. It is the one I was going to show for the app is actually called Boosted by Enlight. Boosted, and it's really set up really well for like businesses. It's like really business based, so it's really, really cool. So in fact, I wonder if I can go to show you an example. Sorry, I didn't expect I'd have to do this. Here we go. Let me see if I can pull this up. So it looks, well, they don't have any examples here, but let me just right here. So if you can see this, where they on some of these, it's just like Canva or something like that, where you can edit text, you can edit, but a lot of their templates have those type of things in it where you can actually, it kind of breaks the third dimension a little bit, has transitions between it. And so if you're looking for something cool, especially for businesses, and we will do another one, I promise, about this, where I can actually show you how it works. But until then, I want to go back and just kind of really quick overview some of those other the border brick is one that's really cool. The product handoff is cool, but it's going to take a lot of setup. So what they do is they're actually handing off between the screens, and that's going to have to be 2 sets that are different colored, and then it's a little too intense. Another one, this one, and we'll show an example of this in just a second, of the screenplay where it actually looks like they're interacting with the screen, like a dog licking the glass of your phone. So we'll have one of this. And this last one, this is the last one I want to point out, is the 3D illusion. This one I really wanted to make, but you can't edit them on Canva. But I made it inside of Premiere, and it does work. So let me go back one more. Sorry. Come on. Too many. Elisa's taking up too much bandwidth.
I'm not doing anything. It's the videos.
Yeah, it is.
I'm playing the video.
So let me go here and see if I can click on it and see more examples. Here it is. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh.
So there isn't somebody. Brittany asked where that was created. It's when I said it's created in Premiere, they probably used a program like Premiere to do it. A lot of the apps can't do this. Sylvia, I'm sorry about you thought this is how to make videos for Pinterest fast. We had a problem with the with showing the apps that I wanted to use, and we will make sure that we go back and do this. But for this next example, I want to pull up. Let me go here. Oh man.
There are some desktop programs we can use.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I'm going to trying to find. But
okay.
So okay. Sorry, folks. Gosh darn it. Where is it? Gosh, everything's freezing up on me, Elisa.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so let me run through some.
So here's so Sylvia asked to make some very, very quickly. So here's some ones that Elisa has come up with for our template examples for Tailwind. So this is actually, if you go to the URL that we showed down here, the Pinterest toolkit, that this is the blogger. This is the underneath the blogger sections, the kind of that you group together. And so this is the first one. So you can edit anything in here. You can add new photos or whatever. But the cool new thing, and this is for the pro version of Canva, is now you can hit animate. And you can just do really quick little videos. I mean, quick little movement, and then you can download it as a GIF or a video. And so I would download it as a video. But they have some really, like this block one, that has enough flash that I think in the feed would stand out. Do you see? Can you see that on your end, Elisa?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So there's
cool.
a bunch of different ones you could do. So if you have a template, or if you've created something in Canva and you need to animate it really, really quickly, this is something that you can do. And they have all these different versions to use on Canva, but it's only for the pro version. So the pro version is $9.99 a month, I believe. So just like this, you can have all these different, and they change for like different. So let's go to, if this is the one, and we'll just delete some of Canva's design tips here. It depends on how many elements they have on it where it'll animate. So you could just do the same thing on this, but it may animate a couple different things, and they kind of do it in a different area. So I think if you have Canva stuff that you've already done and you want to experiment with video templates, this is what I would test out, because it gives you enough movement. It's really, really quick at the very, very beginning, because I see a lot of video pins where they take too long to ramp up. Do you know what I'm saying? It's nothing happens until it's like scrolled up in the feed. And so this stuff, if you can get it to loop, is enough, I think, that will have the eye catch. And you can use the templates we already have. What do you think about that, Elisa?
I think that's really cool and really easy. So,
Yeah.
thank
So,
you. You know what else? You know what else,
what?
Jeff?
What?
You can use Boosted on desktop.
For Enlight?
Yeah. Yep.
You can. Where did you see that?
Yeah, boosted.lighttricks.com.
Okay, well, let's go there. See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, I had a minute while you were showing some examples. And maybe it doesn't have all the features, but I thought it might have enough to show some tips.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I
Um,
just signed my life away and read.
yeah, let me go to this. I also want to go to I want to pull up promo, because that's the one I want to show you guys really quickly on what to how to kind of get some of your pins to work really quickly. So let me do promo first, and then we'll go into, because I don't know the other one at all, how it works on desktop. So let me go back to my screen. So this right here is promo, and I use this one quite a bit. In fact, most all of the pins that I have made video-wise have been here in promo. There's a lot of ones that do really well with, like, they have really good clips or they have really good video, but a lot of them don't have them like audio. They don't have them together. So let's say we wanted to create something for a pet shop. All right. Okay. So I'm already signed into my promo account, and I'm going to go to templates.
Is there a free version?
There is a free version, but I've for the the premium clips, which I really like. I'm using my signed in account. It is I think it's like $60 a month, but you get so much, and I believe they roll over if you don't use like the premium clips. So for me, it's worth it for creating a bunch of clips at the same time. So what we'll do is, we'll just search templates, and we'll go pets, just like this. And these are all their pet like templates to use. I want to go ahead and go, because I'm going to making video pin, I'm going to go to vertical, just like this. And so I've already, just because pets are really popular, I really like this one. So you can preview it or you can customize it. We're going to go right to customize, because one, I just think humor works really well on video. And so we'll go right into this customization.
Okay, good one.
So it's going to load everything up. And you can upload your own video clips. You can upload your own photos. And so we'll just run through this really quick. We'll hit play, and it's going to just... And at the end, it has this really cool outro where you can add in your call to action and all that kind of stuff. So cool. I really like this. And you can, if you find a template that it's like a square, you can actually, it's just like kind of the magic resize in Canva, where you can go and hit, whatever aspect ratio you want. The cool thing is, after you've done one, they don't charge you for each version. So, like, if I've done this one, I say, I want to do it for Instagram, I can re-render it as a square video, and it will go to the Instagram size. So,
very cool.
Yeah. So so let's say, okay, the dog was funny, but I don't really want to do that. And remember, we showed that one picture before about the dog licking the screen, one of the things that Pinterest said. So you can go in here and just click edit and go replace, and just go up, and here are all the clips. So we'll just go dog licking. Hopefully that's something good will come up. So, because I know there was one where the dog was licking the screen that I had seen earlier. Maybe in this one. Nope. Where was it? This one. Yeah. So we'll replace this one. Perfect. Just like this. And so right here. So now we've changed it up. And there's the dog, just like in that example of Pinterest. And then
And you're
it's
not
really
paying
easy to
extra
go
for
in
that.
and change the text or add new text graphics or whatever. And I really like this outro that you can change. Like I had it just because I had been doing some stuff for Tailwind. I have my logo. I have a bunch of different logos. You could do it for different brands, but they have different end screens. You could change this to. So all this stuff at the end, you could have that. You could have like a call us kind of button, and all this text is editable, but it's really, really quick, and you can just, make them very, very quickly and play with different images. All this stuff is, like I said, is editable. You just go in and double click it, and you can do that. So what do you think about that,
I feel like
Lisa?
I might be able to do this. Yeah, I think I could do that.
Yeah, so it's a lot like, I guess, Canva for video. It does lock you in. Now Wave is another video editing tool that a lot of people use, an online video tool. This one is more template based, and I think has a lot better templates. Wave is more of gives you a little bit more control, but I don't think it has a robust library. And you can also easily change all the music to it. I know we talked about video pins. You don't have to worry so much about music. I just like to have it because if somebody does tap it and it does it, I think it just gives it an added bit of, I don't know, professionalism or whatever. So promo is one of the ones I really, really like. So anyway, that is one I would definitely check out. Is promo is a desktop one where you can change really, really easy. One of the things is, like, one of the pins that I want to that we were sent in to kind of review is this one right here. This is from, I think, who it was in the notes. I can't remember who it was. What was the first one? It was
David?
David. Yeah, he sent this in. And I really like this one. If you look, it's got these videos that it pops really fast. The only thing I would change on this one, David, if you look how there's like a pause between each like motion, I would do like a slow in and a slow out and a slow in, so it's not like boom, boom, boom. Just have a smoother. What I like to do is I usually like to pan in and then I like to pan out, pan in and pan out. So it's not panning in, panning in, panning in, panning in, or panning out, panning. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of goes back and forth, back and forth. And so what you could actually do in promo, let's say we wanted to upload our own photos. So we'll go ahead and just replace this with some photos that I've already uploaded. And I actually went to, here it is. You go to uploads. This is where I put them all. And like I uploaded a couple of his videos. So I can just hit replace, and it will replace that, whatever I'm working on down here at the bottom. And I could use this one as another one. And inside of here is the different transitions you can have between the two images. So, and you can drag this over and do the different links, just like this. And the transition, I want to have it be like, oops, come on, there we go. Like this kind of transition.
Connected the two images, it gave you the
Yeah,
option.
it gives you the transition, the option to transition. So you just kind of, there's this little, it's hard to see on here, there's a little transition symbol, I guess, and you can choose these. You can have none if you want it to be just like a quick break between them. But so we'll still have the same text, and it's going to be fuzzy because one of the images wasn't very good. But you'll see the, see I did like a little blinds thing there in between them. So that's, that was that transition there. And you could, I think you can do up to 6 or 7 different images, and you can just keep adding them, and then you have text on top of those. And so it's a really quick way to build pins out really, really fast. So
Very cool.
and changing the music, which is one of the rabbit holes that you can go down for a long time when you start playing with it, is you just click on music, and they've got tons and tons of different music, and you can search by mood. I usually do something like funny,
Angry?
yeah, funny or happy, or like I'll usually do like just like fun, and it'll give me some. Can you hear that music at all?
No.
No. Okay. But you just go and click it and click on use track, and it just automatically dumps it in there, and you're ready to go. And so, really, really fast.
So if you're going to make this for Pinterest, maybe it might work on Instagram too, right? And
yeah.
Then you might want to have your audio.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the so let's go through some. So we kind of went through David's pin. Let me click through some of these here. Get out of there. So this was his first one, and once again, I think this is not a bad pin. I think it just probably just to smooth that video out before. In fact, I went to his website and he's got a great like full video of this, and I think dropping that inside of the pin, maybe putting it down at the bottom, might be an option as well. So
yeah, I would
good
say
job.
The layout that you used was good if you only have horizontal pictures too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was. So this was the next one, and this was from. Let's see. She was an author.
Kyra. Yep, it's Kyra.
Yeah, Kyra, and so let's watch this. So this is one of those ones where it just pops a little bit. It's just got some movement, which is great because it'll stand out in the feed. The only thing is, I wanted to know. It's like I went and clicked on it and went to her website. I was like, okay, is this her book? I didn't know, so it was a quote from her book, but I think there needs to be a way to know it's from her book. Do you know what I'm saying? That I didn't know this was from her actually book.
All it says is Mark Anthony.
Right. Yeah. So that would be the thing.
The fact that it's that short, like in the feed, it loops, right?
Right. It does. Yeah.
Okay. So that's all right.
But I would just on this one, I would make it so that there would be there would be some quicker action. So,
Hey, Jeff, is there a way to take a video that's at regular speed and turn it into time lapse? Or do you have to take it as time lapse?
You mean speed it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. It's usually called time remapping or something like that. You can do that in Premiere. You could probably do that on your iPhone as well. So, anyway, you can do that.
Yeah,
so,
iMovie. iMovie will do it.
Yeah, you can do that in iMovie. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So, I thought that was. I mean, sometimes you don't need to tell like a story with your video pins. Just having that motion, like she was doing, I think works really, really well. So, definitely stuff like that creates motion. It doesn't take a lot of time. You can put some stickers on or something like that, and that'll work. So. Great job. Thanks for sending that in. Let's see. This one. Okay, I like this one. The only thing that I would change different would be she's working from home and I get that, but there's some more different clips that I would use maybe that would tell the story a little bit better. So, in fact, I went inside of promo here, and let's see here. Pull this up.
Yeah, I think we had one similar to that as a static pin, and we were like, I don't know if the right message is that you're working in the dark. Like we had one where someone was trying to work from their bed, and it looked like it was midnight. I'm like, that's as appealing as it could be.
Yeah, so I like the idea that she was going for. But this was another one, and she could actually like tell a little bit more story because she's talking about in the actual pin about like she's a teacher and she's talking about here's how you can be an engaged musical parent. So I was thinking she could tell the story a little better, and I thought this is a template that was right in promo that I think there's a bunch of different shots of the parents working with their kids. And she could use that to like tell the story a little bit better of what she does, and then have the call to action at the end. Where it was like, hey, this is what I do. This is where you can get my information and all that kind of stuff. So once again, that was a really quick way to do that. One of the things I didn't talk about is like when you go to this and like if you don't like the way this is cut, you can actually move the image around. Like if you want to really highlight more of the kids in the video, you could do it that way. So a lot of these videos are just cropped, and so you can actually adjust the crop to tell the story a little bit better. So, you all right?
Yeah, that's very cool.
Okay. So it's like I didn't know what I was doing there. So that was the disconnect like with this one. And also because it's musical, I would try to find some music clips to put in there, or like kids like playing on instruments, or even something that looks like there's some music in there. That would be my only change for that one. So very, very cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
This one, I really wish I could show you the one of the apps I was going to show that would allow you to, and it was from the Boosted thing. They had a really cool one that actually had the disconnect here. It's about Mystery Box Wreath Kit, and when I first read it, I thought it said Wealth Kit because of the scribbly font.
Right.
But I think that there was a disconnect for me about it's a wreath, and I wanted to see wreaths, and there was a really cool template inside of Boosted that she could have dropped her images on, and it would have worked really, really well, and it would have been done in like 5 seconds. So I will try to send that to the person who sent that pin in, because it's really, really cool. Yeah.
Cool.
So let me see, one more we had. Now this is one of my favorite ones that were sent in, because this one told a great story, and it was a little long. I mean, it's a minute 25, but I watched the whole thing, and I'm not a big houseplant person, but I thought with the photography and it was telling like, okay, this plant does this plant does this. And so for me, this was an engaging pin, especially because I'm not a plant guy, but it was real. And I think it looks like it was done in like Adobe Spark or something like that. It's you can find a lot of apps that will do this kind of like quote scrolling on and off, and it doesn't take a lot of time to do. And so this was I thought a good example of it.
Yeah. So what is the call to action here?
It is, I think it's a blog article. So it's, 6 house plants that would love to live in your bathroom. And yeah, it goes to a blog post.
Okay.
So, I think it, maybe at the end saying read now. I think, if I remember, I did watch it to the end, and it does have it goes visit housefor.com. The other thing it says is like follow along with me on Instagram. So there's 2 call to actions, and most of the time I'm like, what I might do on this longer one is I might have either the website at the bottom throughout the entire thing, or the hashtag at the bottom of the entire thing, whatever you're really or the Instagram, whatever you're really wanting them to go to more, because I would have that on during the entire time.
I like it.
And that's, I think, all of the ones that we were sent in to review. Let me see if I can get onto Boosted. Let me go off my screen so no one can see my secret password. So, anyway, this has just been the tech challenge day. I don't know if Facebook's out to get me or what.
Definitely.
So,
yeah.
Let's see here.
Oops.
And now we have dogs. So
we do have a dog. Didn't really.
Let's see. So, Peg goes, I'm hearing that you want to have your videos add context to your content. And, yes, I'm kind of want Peg to clarify what she meant by that. I'm hearing that you want to have your videos to add context to your content. Oh, context to your content. I didn't read it right. So, yes, I think that is a very, very cool. So here we are. Let me pull this up inside of where we can see it. I'll see it. So, Boosted. And I will say that I've never used their desktop version. So, let's see. Which one was I looking? Education.
I like it because it doesn't look like it has too many options when you go in there. So
this is the one I looked at for one of the ones we looked at doing inside the app. See if it'll actually load. Well, see if it's loading. There we go. It's a lot like, well, it's not working. So much for their desktop version. Is it working for you? Nothing. Well,
it did work for me. Yeah, I was able to get right in there and start
playing.
Yeah. It is a conspiracy.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, there it is. No, that's...
Nope, this is the wrong one. I'm leaving it. That's why I was seeing if maybe it's some reason I have something else open.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
So anyway, sorry about the tech challenges. I don't know why. Don't know why. What was going on here? So let's see one more time. Yeah. So let's see if there's some questions in here. So
yeah.
So Peg goes. You can add the logo in Spark and it will populate on your videos in the same place for your videos. Yeah, that's very, very cool. Adobe Spark Post is amazing for creating content. I know Peg has done a lot of different, like she just did a campaign for Spark, which was really, really cool. She did a lot of stuff over on Instagram. So, yeah, it's very, very cool. Yes, Elisa, you are squeezing my brain dry today with some questions. So let's see what apps do you use for layering is what Heather said for. So I'm going to give you my list of apps, and we can put these down in the comments. For one, Canva Stories. It's a separate app that they have that's different from Canva, but allows you to do some really cool video pins inside of Canva Stories. So it's like I said, it's a separate app. It lets you go in and kind of replace what they have for movement. There's some really cool travel ones in there. I will tell you, it's a little buggy. I was having a little bit of issue of it. I had to like go back and hit it again, and it would finally load. So, but once you get it working, there's a lot of different options there. So that's Canvas Stories that you can go to the App Store and check out. The ones that I really wanted to show you, and I will show you, is Pixaloop by Enlight, and that's where you can create cinema graphics. So, for example, if you took a picture of me and you wanted my beard to wave in the wind, and that's all you wanted to happen, you could put these anchors, and it would start moving. And you could say, I don't want this to move, but I want everything else to move. And it's really, really cool. So, like, if you have a really cool picture of and I think of, like, travel bloggers who are wanting to make travel pins. If you go to Pixaloop and you have a picture of a sky, like, in between two buildings, being able to show those clouds moving and having your text, like, 101 ways to see, West Virginia or whatever, places to see. And that just that little movement, it really catches the eye. So there's a lot of cool travel stuff I can see using for Pixaloop. Also, any sort of like anything where you'd have a landscape photography that you could use and you want to animate some clouds or something like that, I think is really, really important. So that is Pixaloop by Enlight. Pixaloop by Light Tricks. And so the other one is called Boosted, which we've talked about before. It is really based for businesses, but it does these really, really quick ones that you can if you go to boosted.com, you can. Is it boosted.com? What is it, Elisa? Boosted.lighttricks.com. Boosted.lighttricks.com. Go check that out because it's more of a business based. It's got all sorts of for sales and for like promos, all sorts of things. And I like using those templates that allow you to go inside and maybe not use it as a promo for a video pin, but use it for like a blog post title or a call to action or something that's really, really cool for that kind of a thing. The other one is also by Light Tricks, and it's called Scene. And I really love this. I really started doing it for Instagram stories, but what it lets you do is allow you to create some like movement on top of a picture or on top of a video. But also it has these transitions between, how Stories has different story panels. Between those, it actually has transitions, and it makes it look every time I use a scene on my Instagram feed, I have people ask me how I do it, and you can use those also for Pinterest pins. So it's called Scene, SEEN, and that's also on the App Store. So those are both. I think all the ones by Light Tricks are only for iOS. So I'm sorry.
Do you have a good one for Android?
So for Android, there are like Story Art is another one. Remember, anything that you can create for Instagram stories, most of the time you can create for video pins on Pinterest. So anything that creates movement, I would try to, if you're creating these animations, I would try to make them at the top of the animation and not wait too long. Because remember, people are scrolling through the feed real fast and you have a little bit to catch their attention. So I try to do my transitions and, you know, moving text and all that stuff to happen right at the beginning of my Pinterest pin. Yeah, so that's a great one. Stacy says Adobe Rush is a really one to pick up and to be used on mobile too. So yeah, that's cross-platform. You can start on your mobile, you can go to your iPad, and you can also then go into, you can actually import them into Premiere. So I like to use it for when I'm out kind of assembling things together and then bring it in to, you know, to Premiere and kind of do some touch up with it later, but you don't have to. You can use it for, it's a really, really powerful tool. So Adobe Rush, if you're part of Adobe's Creative Cloud, you can already have access to that. But if you don't, I think it's $9.99 a month to get access to that. I believe that's correct. So,
Jeff,
yes.
I think we should do a challenge.
A what?
We should do a challenge.
A challenge?
A Pinterest video challenge.
Okay. What do they win?
That everybody, I don't know yet.
Can we get a free, can they get a t-shirt? I need a new t-shirt.
A new t-shirt.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Nobody's going into the office. Or the
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay, we'll figure something out, but I want to see everybody's videos this week. I'm going to make one. I don't generally like going in and making videos. It seems scary, but now I feel like I can. So hopefully you feel the same way. I want to see your videos. Yeah.
So, let's see. Chalmers said Wave was super easy. Did a test one in 2 minutes. So I think you're talking about Wave video, and yes, it is. It is a lot like Promo. Let me see. Is it Wave? Let me see. Wave video. Because Wave.video, is that it? I think it is. Yeah, Wave.video. They're another really, really good one that you can use, and it allows, it has great templates as well. It lets you create them. It lets you resize them for different things. So Wave and Promo, look at those. I think Wave's a little bit cheaper if I remember right, but check those both out because those are really fast ways to make video pins really, really quickly. And yes, let's do a video challenge. What is, so we gotta have some sort of prize.
No, we do need a prize. Okay.
Well.
I'll come up with something. But I'm not going to put my email address in the comments, but I'm going to give it to you right now. so it's Alisa, ALISA @tailwindapp.com. Send your video pins. We want to see some. We want to share some. Yeah, and we'll come up with some kind of prize.
Yeah, and I will figure out this thing. I'm so sorry this time because there were so many apps that I wanted to show you. We will do an app-centric episode because it is kind of fun to be able to create something on your phone on the go really quickly and then upload it straight to Pinterest. So I will get that hopefully figured out and not destroy my computer in anger. What?
Maybe we record little segments and share them.
Yeah, but I really want to be able to show like what it looks like because I think it's really important to like see what the clicks are and all that thing. So I will get it figured out. Trust me. That's my challenge for the week.
Well, Sarah is up for a Pinterest video challenge, so it's on.
Oh, Sarah from Tailwind?
No, Sarah Allen. Sarah Allen.
Okay.
In the audience.
Yeah, can you repeat the address, please?
Yep, it's ALISA @tailwindapp.com.
And so Naomi says this. She goes, I do social media for a makeup brand and started experimenting with video pins a couple of months ago. Views are in the thousands in some cases. I definitely see opportunity for exposure using these editing suggestions. Thank you. Yeah, and Sarah's up for it. So, yes, we will do that. Wave.video. Thank you for dropping that in, Danielle. And with that, thank you guys so much for joining us and all the questions. And oh, so somebody says one of those lights as video for a prize. Oh, that might be fun.
We definitely could do that, but I'd have to get somebody to go into the office and then go to the post office.
Yeah, maybe we could do something. We'll figure something out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for it. Once again, let us know in the comments anything that you have questions about. We will drop in all those links to those apps that we talked about today that we weren't able to show, but we want you to go check out, and we'll definitely do this again. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and Jeff, I know you feel like it wasn't what you wanted, but I feel like I can do this now. I didn't feel like I could before. So
okay, well, good. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody. See you soon.
Bye.